How's it going, everybody? This is Bex Snowy Goop, Bexcentrics. I'm just about to film my karaoke, my second karaoke. Um, but before that, I don't know. I just wanted to share my story of how I decided I was gonna move to Korea and why Korea out of all the places in the world. And it's not just because of K-pop and BTS. That'd be stupid to move and uproot my whole entire life to move to a foreign country just because I like a genre of music. That would be nuts. So get that thought right out of your head. That's not why I'm doing this. Alright, I'm gonna get into it. So, just over 4 years ago, I'd come back from Guatemala, and I was there for 16 months, as most of you guys know. And I absolutely loved being in another country. I did have a lot of hard times, and the way I left was pretty hard too. I'm not ready to get into that. But yeah, it was hard, but I loved it. I loved learning Spanish. I loved the people I met there. There's some that I still talk to. I loved being a part of a culture that was more humble than the culture of the States. I loved the food. I loved everything. But it was really hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really hard. But since I got back, I was teaching myself French. I wanted to go to France since before I went to Guatemala. I also wanted to go to Italy. I love the Italian language. That actually was the language that got me interested in learning languages. But that's another story that I'm not going to get to today. But yeah, I just really wanted to go to another country again and learn another language and interact with the people and have my life change again. Because the thing about going to another country, especially when you're an American, is as soon as you get there, you have to ditch the mindset that, oh, I'm from the great United States where we have freedom and where we're the best. You have to ditch that immediately and realize, hey, there's good things about this culture that maybe vibe better with me than things I've been doing my entire life. Or maybe it's oh, there's something about this culture that makes me want to change and be a better person. And I decided to do that when I was in Guatemala, and that stopped my culture shock. So I really wanted to experience that again. But I went through college. I could have studied abroad, but I didn't have the money for that. I wish I did. But yeah, when I graduated from college, I just really got done student teaching. I moved out to Utah to teach reading for the summer. And I was getting really sick of teaching. I had some negative experiences while I was in Arizona student teaching. Stories I'm not going to share here because of legal reasons. But yeah, I had some hard times. And I missed writing music. While I was there, I couldn't write music. I didn't have access to a piano. I was too stressed and too busy to write lyrics, which was a foreign concept to me because I've been writing lyrics since I was 11. So I was teaching reading, and that was around the time I got into K-pop because of my friend. And it's it's a completely different genre from what I've been listening to since I was 11. So, that made me expand musically. So I started writing lyrics like crazy. Writing the music, that end of things is a little bit harder for me to do. The lyric writing comes more naturally. And most songwriters can agree with me. It's they either find writing the melodies and the harmonies and then the music part to be easier than writing the lyrics, and some are vice versa. And I'm the latter case. I find it way easier to write lyrics. They'll just pop in my head randomly without me doing anything about it. Anyway, so after I got done teaching reading, because the summer was over, I figured it'd be a good idea. I don't know what I was thinking. But I thought it'd be a good idea to work a couple of retail jobs to pay my bills and to survive while I focus on writing music. And just when I decided to do that, the well dried up again. I was back in writer's block. That has lasted up until recently, but recently I'm still feeling that. So I was just like, okay, well, what do I do? What the F do I do? I had no idea, and like, I don't know, my biggest anxiety trigger is feeling that I am trapped, and I started to really feel that, and that makes my writer's block worse. So I was feeling that because I was stuck in these jobs that were taking me nowhere. I have a degree. I need to use my degree. I could make way more money. I could do something that is good and that will help people. But I just didn't know where to go. I was stuck. And there were a couple options in my head of things that I could possibly do. But it would be a little bit hard to get there. When suddenly someone from my past reached out to me, someone who I hadn't talked to for 4 years, actually 5 years, whom I needed to forgive, which I'm not going to get into that story either. It's very deeply personal, and I don't feel comfortable sharing that here. But yeah, she reached out to me. We talked on the phone. Bygones were bygones. And I was telling her about what I was going through and things I've achieved in the past. And she's like, hey, like, here's an idea. Why don't you teach in another country? And I was like, hey, there's an idea. So when I got off the phone with her, that's when I got the idea. I'm like, I should go teach English in Korea. And then I reached out to a friend from college who had done that. And she pointed me towards the direction of Epic. And that's when I started looking into it. This was probably around like October or November of last year. And since then, I've like finally have a direction of where I'm supposed to go. I was already teaching myself Korean. I already knew a lot about the Korean culture because I was watching K-dramas and stuff and looking things up and just learning as much as I could. So I was like, this is it. So since then, up until now, I've been preparing for that. And today I'm going to be doing some stuff with my documents, which I'm going to explain all about that process in another video. But yeah, what you need to take away from this is the reason why I'm moving to Korea is because that is just what I feel like I need to be doing at this point in my life. I need to be in another country again. I need to be learning another language again and interacting with people that I need to learn from. And just, I don't know, I guess, I don't know if this would be the right thing to say, but like being assimilated into that specific culture is something that I specifically need. So it is not all about the K-pop or the K-drama or BTS or EXO or whatever you may be thinking. It's because it's what I need to be doing with my life right now. And I plan on like making better videos when I'm there. I'll have the money to get better equipment. I plan on getting music producing equipment so I can work on my songs. I think that's why I'm stuck. I've been approaching music writing the same way I always have. And I'm a different person than I was then. And I need to approach things differently and go in a different direction. I'm not that angsty, poor me teenager / college student that I was. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to post it later today. I'm going to post my karaoke video tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for listening to me, and bye!
My love's a mess, you want me to drag you in. See that you're messed up.